Hey everybody, Ed Lemberger with some more metaphysical musing. And today I saw Michael Bloomberg on TV. And it was very interesting because in the shot that he had, he was on that show called The View. And of course, all the ladies in The View, they kind of genuflected toward this Michael Bloomberg. They're really giving him props, okay? And what I noticed, though, is that Michael Bloomberg, and I started noticing this in people about a little over 10 years ago, he's looking straight in at the camera. And his eyes, you could see his left eye is kind of more dull and more muted. And in fact, even part of his eyelid kind of droops over it on a slant. And it's dull, but his right eye is open, it's shiny, it's focused. And if you know from what the scientists have put together, that we have a left brain and a right brain, the left brain being the mathematical brain and the right brain being the artistic brain, Michael Bloomberg is operating from a mathematical brain, which mostly is the same brain that conservative people are operating from. And this is the brain of, I call it the structure mind. When you think from the structure mind, you're thinking from established road paths that are already there, and you're traveling those roads. Donald Trump, when you look at him, he's kind of got squinty eyes. But if you notice, most of the time his left eye is more open than his right eye. So Donald Trump is actually a style mind person. I call that the style mind, the artistic mind. He's not too much of an artist, but he understands the style mind. He understands how to make the emotions flow in people. He's very different. I mean, if he had a little more, he's got some missing traits here in his style mind, because I don't think he understands music and rhythm too good. But he understands the flow of human energy really well. And he knows how to get it, engage it, and get it into motion. And he uses negativity to do it. He calls people all kinds of crazy names and everything. And he engages a large part of the population because people at the fundamental level, we all grow up, we're little people, 1, 2 years old, and we look at this world around us, and as we grow up, there's older kids and everything. We feel like we don't measure up. And most people have built different walls within them, kind of in to build security. And the security is kind of helping with internal fears. And it makes people really not like themselves too much. So we've got a population of people that really doesn't like themselves at a real core level. And it's at a subconscious level in most people. And Donald Trump knows how to engage that in people, and he riles them all up, and he gets their passion going. And in this way, he doesn't even have to do anything. He doesn't really have to buy ads or anything, because if you look at the nightly news, they lead with, well, that's that old adage in media, if it bleeds, it leads, but they scour the world for everything negative that's happening, and they show that to you every day. So they put Donald Trump on the news, 4 years ago when he was running for president. What does Donald Trump think about this? He didn't have to do anything because he engaged the media at the level that they talk, and that is through disaster and negativity and scouring the world for everything that's wrong, We got 330 million people or whatever we've got, and 10 people do something crazy, and then we focus on that. That's what the news does. And then because we don't like ourselves at a deep fundamental level that we're not even aware of because it's subconscious, we flow right into that. We give our energy and attention into it, and it just creates more and more, and we just keep going around in a circle. Donald Trump knows how to engage that. The guy's a master at engaging that. Michael Bloomberg, I could see him against Donald Trump if Bloomberg were actually the nominee, and Donald Trump would just, because they're both operating on a 20th century operating system, well, Donald Trump's going to smash him to smithereens, Bloomberg actually knows how to get money inflow more than Donald Trump. He's got a lot more money than Donald Trump, even if Donald Trump has money, maybe he doesn't, but Donald Trump knows how to get the flow in action. He gets the flow of money, and he gets the flow of human attention energy in action, and he gets people behind him. Michael Bloomberg, he's coming at it with it just all head, no heart. Guy's got, he's got some ideas in the head part of it, but he really doesn't understand the heart of people, and you can tell it in his eyes. He's right eye dominant. It's really shiny. The left eye is kind of muted, and the eyelid and everything is a slope down. Sloping eyelids, though, it's very powerful people have that. And you can tell Michael Bloomberg, the guy's a very tough guy. But he's not as tough as Donald Trump. And Donald Trump against Mike Bloomberg is like Muhammad Ali fighting Joe Frazier. Muhammad Ali would punish Joe Frazier, and Joe Frazier tried to hit back at him and couldn't do it. But the thing is, if Donald Trump actually goes against Andrew Yang is not operating with a 20th century operating system. He's operating with a 21st century operating system. He's engaging the voters in a positive way, not a negative way. But it's more difficult to engage in a positive way because everybody's got these, subconscious fears in them. Andrew Yang is going to engage in a 21st century operating system, getting the one thing that trumps anything, I use that word, that trumps even Trump, that is the flow of money right into the pockets of all Americans. And creating this flow is going to even out everything. It's going to calm down the fears. We're going to create a new economy out of this flow of the way nature flows from the bottom up. Nature, when the rain comes down, it rains across the entire landmass, and then it gathers up into the rivers and the lakes, and then it evaporates, and the rain falls down again. You know what they say in spirituality: the rain falls on it rains down on the good people and the bad people, everybody. But nature knows what it's doing. Andrew Yang knows what he's doing with this freedom dividend. Now he's got to engage the heart of the people. He's going to engage it with the freedom dividend. Now he's got to start talking in ways that engage, I say specifically women. Women are heart people more than men are. Men are more head people. And he's got to engage more senior citizens, getting them in the flow. Remember, when you vote for Andrew Yang and he gets his freedom dividend enacted, everybody's going to be in the flow way more than we're in the flow now. And it's going to be universal. Everybody's going to be able to participate with the flow. So what can Andrew Yang learn about this fight between, Michael Bloomberg and Donald Trump, if it would ever come down to something like that? Bloomberg, you look at his face, you look at his eyes and the somatic component, the soma, the body in Latin, and especially the facial expressions and what the eyes, they say the eyes are windows to the soul. Bloomberg is a structure mind person. He's thinking from his left brain. And he's kind of muted out the heart. He's not a real big heart guy. Donald Trump, it doesn't seem like he's a heart guy, but he actually is. I think he's just got a lot of internal fears in him, but he's actually born a style mind thinker, not a structure mind thinker, but a style mind thinker. So he knows how to dance. And Donald Trump plays defense and plays offense against the defense. He just looks at what the defense gives him, and he moves his offense against it. So he's real slippery that way. For me, the only person that's going to beat Donald Trump in a general election, because everybody else is operating with the old operating system, Trump is just going to smash them to smithereens, The only person I can see that's going to beat that's going to beat Donald Trump in general is Andrew Yang, because he's operating from a 21st century operating system, not the old operating system. And Trump won't be able to smash that. In this case, Andrew Yang will be Muhammad Ali to Donald Trump as Joe Frazier. And Trump won't be able to hit Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang will slip through all of them and say, look, my idea is just way better. And people will respond to that. So this is Ed Lemberger with Metaphysical Musing. Am I right about any of this stuff? Who knows if I'm right or not? But it doesn't matter, because it's your mind. Make sure it's you that's using it. Another one that I champion is circulation heals, stagnation creates dis-ease. The freedom dividend is circulation in a positive way. Donald Trump and guys like that, it's circulation in a negative way, engaging people's energy, but through negativity. Okay, everybody, I'm Ed Lemberger. This was Metaphysical Musing, and please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and go Andrew Yang. We love you, and have a great day. See you again. Subscribe.